First of their 2 allotted in each game. And our score is 17-12 in favor of IPFW. Now, we mentioned, Mark, IPFW uncharacteristically, at least for this season, lost on the road Wednesday night at Bowling Green State, 3-0.
That was somewhat a surprise. Bowling Green's a good MAC program, but the teams our coaching staff felt were pretty evenly matched, but we were just not in it from the get-go. And it wasn't that our team wasn't up to snuff, so to speak. Bowling Green just came out and played excellent volleyball. They executed, they played with a lot of intensity, and they never let up, which is really unusual to see. It was just an amazing volleyball performance.
Now, in game 2, Bowling Green had 500 attack percentage and 488 in game 3. Overall for the match, 430 as opposed to IPFW's 161.
If your opponent hits 43% in a match, you lose in 3.
And that's what happened. Scores were 30-27, 30-18, and 30-24. So that drops IPFW's record to 14-3. And this is the first of 3 matches in 4 days, or 4 nights for IPFW here at home. And Fabiana Souza got the jet wins in the Gate Center. Her serve attempt is long. Service error. And here is Lisa Griffith serving for Wright State. Can the Dons save it?
Nice pursuit by Fabi Sosa.
Frank. Oh, miscommunication. Lindsey Frank, we're not sure if she tried to hit Tara Geegan or Alicia Kimbrough or Jenny Scholes, and the ball dropped in between the 3 of them.
That was for the middle hitter. That was for Geegan. Although I think everybody else was expecting a pipe to the back row, but she went to the front row with that.
Ashley Roth serving for IPFW. They're up 18-13. Sarah Poling, nice dig by Jankowski. Set up. Oh, nice dig there by Roth.
Wright State coaching staff didn't like that.
And that attempt by Alicia Kimbrough was ruled long. Point IPFW. It's now 19-13. The lead is 6.
Come on, now let's go.
Roth serving. Jenny Scholes. Oh, nice dig by Ashley Roth. Oh, what a play there. Erica Leitsky with the no-look return.
They were talking about maybe playing a 6-2, which would not have Erica Leitsky in the front row, but she's doing well tonight.
Gerlach denies Jessica Miller the kill. Miller going to set up Leitsky. That's a switch, and Erica Leitsky, the center, gets credit for the kill.
Have to talk to Coach Florio about that. He and I were having a discussion about whether to run the 6-2 with 2 setters, so your setter's always in the back row, or do the traditional 5-1.
Well, you've got 2 setters on the floor in Roth and Leitsky right now. Leitsky going to set up Jessica Miller off the touch.
Ashley Roth is a setter, but she's in for serving. She's not in to handle the ball. Have a timeout for Wright State.
Second timeout called by the Raiders. And they are a member of the Horizon League. League IPFW wouldn't mind getting in as a full-fledged member.
Looks like we have another camera working now. When we first came back on the air, we only had 1 camera, but it looks like now the one in the end zone up on the track is working.
Well, we're glad you could join us for IPFW Women's Volleyball here on College 56 Courts. Mark, I mentioned tonight's match, first of 3 home matches in 4 nights. They play here tonight. They're going to play Indiana State here tomorrow. Again, a 5 o'clock start, assuming everything is functioning. And then on Tuesday night, Eastern Michigan, a team that IPFW defeated in a tournament earlier in the year, and a team that's leading the Mid-American Conferences. I believe it's, I want to say Eastern Division. They started the week, I know they were 5-1 in the conference and 11-5 overall. They come in here Tuesday night for a 7 o'clock match. So busy time for these lady volleyballers here at IPFW.
Looking at the latest power ratings for the Mid-East region, the MAC is in the Mid-East, the Big Ten, and we're thrown in there as an independent. Eastern Michigan is 14th ranked, IPFW 11th. In fact, the only teams with the higher power rankings as of the last poll were Big Ten teams. But that loss of Bowling Green will probably drop us down.
It's a nice kill by Jenny Schoss, taking the short side. It's now 22-14. IPFW with the lead. Nicole Skeltema, a senior from part of my old neck of the woods, New Baltimore, Michigan, up close to Port Huron. Serving.
I thought Baltimore was in Maryland.
This is New Baltimore.
Oh, New Baltimore.
New Baltimore. Point IPFW there. Dons back up on top by 9 now. And Peachy Jankowski, who's not far from New Baltimore, Fraser, Michigan, near Mount Clemens on the north side of Detroit. Just serves one into the net.
Is that why you were following that Michigan-Penn State football score?
I am a Michigan man, true and blue.
A Michigander. What's the issue here?
Rotation.
We have a rotation error. IPFW is out of rotation. No, we're okay.
Okay, 23-15 our score. Jenny Schoss serving for the Raiders. And ball goes off her fingertips. Point IPFW. And it looks like Erica Lightsky.
Well, now she started middle front. We are out of rotation. She was in position 5. She's moved to position 1.
We think.
So we have been out of rotation. We're right now, according to the scorekeeper.
Polling blocked by Fabiana Souza. But you get some influence with the official score, don't you, Mark?
I have absolutely none. She does not allow me to comment. Oh, that was quite a throw. She does not allow me to comment on anything that happens at the official scorers table, especially in the men's season when I'm on the bench.
Oh, nice play there by Lizzie Gunn, splitting Roth and Lightsky.
Personally, in the women's game, I don't know why I'd want to be a scorer because substitutions run in and out. They have so many subs, and it moves so fast. You can have double subs on each side at the same time.
Lizzie Gunn, 6-foot freshman from Franklin, Indiana, serving. Souza with a bullet. Brought back.
Ooh.
Fabi again. Oh, nice dig that time by Gunn. Third try again. That time Gunn's dig is wide, and the Dons finally get the point.
Lindsey Frank, the setter from Wright State, handled a couple there that were a little difficult to get to. She's got nice hands, I think quick feet too. She seems to get the balls.
Sonara Martins, half of the Brazilian connection, serving for IPFW. Oh, good play there by Griffith. She gets the kill. Kimbrough back in the lineup for Wright State. Frank serving. Oh, good block that time by Griffith. Oh, change of pace by Fabiana Souza.
That was a strange offensive alignment. Claire Jackson, who was the middle, actually went to the right side behind. Fabiana Souza, who should be on the right side, started the middle, stayed there. Of course, Fabi can play either position, and Claire Jackson apparently can too.
Jessica Dominiak making her first appearance of the night with the serve. Wright State comes back with the kill.
What part of Michigan is she from?
Dominiak?
I figured everybody's from Michigan. It's all you talk.
She's from Waterville, Ohio. Don't shake me up, Mark.
That's close to Michigan.
Yeah.
Not far from the line.
That's true.
Waterville, Ohio is a nice town. They've done a lot with that downtown there. Been through it lately?
I don't believe I have. Souza serving. Dons up 28-18 here in game 2. Kimbrough will get credit for the kill.
She now has 8. Martins for IPFW has 8. The leader on the floor is Sosa with 13 kills.
Griffith, a little strong, and it's a service error. And now we are at game point. 29-19. Roth into serve for IPFW. Don fans on their feet, as is the custom on game point. Oh, and Wright State stays alive. Good play there by Jenny Schultz, 5'11" junior from Mora, Minnesota. Absolutely no idea where that's at. And Nicole Skeltimer comes in for Alicia Kimbrough. She'll serve, try to keep Wright State alive here in game 2.
Rolled down the front. Kill out of the middle, Jessica Miller.
Well, the Dons get the point and the win. They win game 2, 30-20. After winning game 1, 30-26. We'll take a break and come back more IPFW Women's Volleyball. You're watching it on College 56 Sports. Well, maybe we're not going away. In which case, Mark, you and I will try to fill up 9 minutes and 20 seconds.
We can do that. So you got 4 pages of public service announcements you can read.
That's true. That's true. I have a lot of PSAs.
Why don't you read one, and we'll have the stats here in a moment. We can talk about that. So it offensively.
You to join. IPFW students even receive a credit for their participation. Perfection is not required, just enthusiasm and a desire to share your school spirit. Check out our website for more information. Don't just play, stomp.
That boat was all right. You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales, you're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
This month on IPFW Up Close, we learn that the curtain is ready to rise on the fall theater season as we meet the directors of 3 very different productions. We'll be talking with the faculty of the Division of Organizational Leadership.
Which IPFW won 30-26. The Dons hit 125 as opposed to Wright State's 103. In game 2, IPFW hit the ball much better. 17 kills, 1 error, and 43 attempts. That's 372. Wright State 0-6-7, 12 kills, 9 errors in 45 attempts. So right now the numbers favor IPFW, and on the scoreboard they're ahead 2 games to none.
I think offensively there's a little better distribution, at least effective distribution. That game we had Fabiana Sosa still leads the team with 13 kills, but Sonara Martins, who has been at 8 for some time. She's somehow maybe dropped out of the offense. I didn't necessarily observe that other than she wasn't getting many kills. Amanda Feaster has 2. Jessica Miller has 4 kills, 13 attempts. That's a pretty good number for a middle hitter. So I think the offense is moving around a little more. Claire Jackson's only had 8 attempts. Of course, she's been doing the job blocking for us with 2 total blocks.
Well, you talk about the numbers in game 1, and you said it. We first were able to get back on the air. Sonara Martins and Fabiana Souza each had 6 kills in game 1, so that means that Fabi had 7 kills in game 2, Sonara just 2. But again, it's been this way for 4 years now. When in doubt, go with the big gun, and Fabiana Souza, no doubt, is the big gun, the all-time career kills leader here at IPFW.
And it's nice to have somebody like that you can go to. The only bad part about that, or the downside, is the fact that the other team knows that as well. And so, we got the Michigan score passed again.
That's right, my Wolverines.
We're on the air here, Mike.
Knock off
your
Penn
wife can't.
State.
They did?
27-25 final, and last we heard, Southern Cal was losing at Notre Dame 24-21 in the fourth. So we try to help everybody here at College 56 Sports, not just IPFW athletics, but around the area as well. I have to ask you, Mark, last night was Midnight Madness here at the Gates Center for IPFW men's and women's basketball teams. You are an assistant coach for men's volleyball. When do the Volleyball start practicing?
Monday. We're allowed 6 weeks during the fall that we can have a full team organized activity, and we're allowed 4 playing dates. So on Monday, the full team practices start. Of course, the coach has been working individually and in small groups with players. There's been a full strength conditioning program and so forth. So the four play dates that we'll have a inter-squad scrimmage with Ball State. Our alums will come back, and I'm going to coach the alums in that one, the alumni game.
Is Rock going to play for you?
Well, I don't know. We're still negotiating with him. But Scott Lauer's got it up, and he's worried about Neil Day being able to actually play a whole 5 games. So, well, the thing you have to do as alumni coach is you have to do a lot of subbing. Call a lot of timeouts, not because the team needs it to get to regroup, but they need to get a breath.
You get more than 2 timeouts a game? Is it unlimited?
It ought to be. I think as the day goes on, you get more timeouts if they need them. The other 2 dates then will be on homecoming weekend when we bring in Long Beach State. Of course, IPFW and Long Beach State have a rivalry going back to the early 90s, very early 90s. And we go out there, their tournament about every other year. They come here almost every other year. We just love playing them.
I believe they're going to be in here for the homecoming weekend, which I believe is both the 19th and 20th of November. And the 19th, they're going to play at the, I believe it's at the Coliseum prior to the start of the men's basketball game. Because if my memory is correct, Steve Florio and I are going to do that match on Channel 56.
Are both nights at the Coliseum, both Friday and Saturday, or just Saturday?
One of the 2 days. I believe it's the same night that the basketball team's going to play Loyola of Chicago.
Well, that's homecoming. That should be Saturday, right?
Well, then it might be the Saturday then.
Right.
The Saturday. Right. They're going to play Friday and Saturday. Friday here, I believe Saturday at the Coliseum, just ahead of men's basketball. And if my memory is correct, you'll get both volleyball and basketball on College 56 Sports.
That's what we did last year. We played prior to the men's basketball game for homecoming at the Coliseum. And one of the most impressive things about that is, of course, we have to have a different floor down. We can't play directly on the basketball floor because we have to set up the volleyball standards. Right. And the floor at the Coliseum is not drilled for the standards like here. So we put a sport kind of floor up above that. It looks like a big jigsaw puzzle. And then the standards are set on that. So when volleyball's done, we have a whole bunch of student volunteers, athletes come out and help the Coliseum crew pick up that floor. And they can do it in like 10 or 15 minutes, and then we can go into basketball.
That'll be interesting again. That's going to be it's either the 19th or 20th of November. 3rd Saturday in November, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's the start of men's basketball. And also the start of the Dane Fife era here at IPFW.
And the basketball team's going to play Loyola Chicago.
Yes.
Well, the last time IPFW played Loyola Chicago, to my knowledge, was last year in the MIVA tournament. They were seeded number 1. We went up there as the number 4 seed, beat them in their gym. Packed gym, hot gym. They were not happy with us.
And they had a tremendous year last year, did Loyola on the volleyball court. Speaking of volleyball, Game 3, it's always been a pivotal game. It seems like the team that's ahead 2-0, in this case IPFW, has a mental letdown And the team that's behind 2-0, in this case Wright State, can freewheel it because they have nothing to lose.
The 10-minute break, kind of like a basketball halftime, always seems to work against the team with the momentum going out. Now, other sports have it. Every other sport has a halftime or whatever. Hockey has their breaks between periods. But it's something that's been introduced in volleyball just in the last couple of years, primarily to promote the fan things that go on in terms of promotions and whatever. It's not for the teams. The teams hate it, but it's for the fans. And what happens is exactly what you say. Both men's and women's volleyball teams, I've noticed, do have a trouble coming out with the edge after that 10-minute break.
Well, boy, those are the two ugliest guys in sports television right there, folks.
One of them anyways.
And you saw a graphic on Kelly Hartley-Hutton, the head coach here at IPFW in her 7th year. And in her first 6 years here on campus, she's had 4 20-plus win seasons, including 24-10 last year, 22-10 the year before. And she's on her way again, 14-3 coming into this match tonight.
Well, if you look up at the banners up there, about half of them are women's volleyball. And so she's following in a tradition, and she's really done a nice job taking us out of a top-notch Division II program up to a very competitive Division I.
Couple of blocks by Wright State on his first point of game 3.
And it appears...
Well, there's some athleticism by Fabiana Souza with the left hand.
There we go. We got our camera back.
Lightsky setting up Souza off the hands of Scoutama, and it's point IPFW. First time tonight that IPFW has won the first point of a game. Jessica Dominiak, again the freshman setter, left-hander, in to serve. Oh, good play there by Sarah Poling, off the touch, off the hands of Feaster. And we're tied at 1.
I think they're going to need, on the Wright State side, more offense out of Poling this game. She's not played a lot lately, I understand, because of some injuries that have been healing for her. She played last night. See how much stamina she has tonight to play.
Well, she's going to get her second serve in a row. The Raiders won that point. They're up 2-1. Again, we played a 30, win by 2. It's rally point scoring, a point scored on each serve.
Oh, they called her that time. Oh, that wasn't the setter.
Skeltema gets called for the lift.
It's really hard to pull the ball back. Well, they're using her as a setter.
So
they changed setters over at on the Wright State side. I didn't notice that.
Jankowski with a defensive lookout save. Oh, nice play there by Kimbrough. That's somewhat of a short set, and did the most with it. 3-2 Raiders. Lisa Griffith to serve. IPFW in the white, Wright State in the black, and that kill attempt is too strong. We're tied at, take it back, it's 4-2 Wright State. And this is game 3 of our best of 5 match. IPFW won game 1, 30-26, won game 2, 30-20. And that time, Lizzie Gunn, 6-foot freshman from suburban Indianapolis, wins the battle at the net. The Raiders building some momentum. They are up 5-2. Feaster has it handed right back to her. Gunn and Kimbrough. I think Kimbrough's going to get credit for the block.
We have a timeout for IPFW.
IPFW calls a timeout. And that'll give us a chance to invite you to learn more about Mastodon sports by tuning into Mastodon Spotlight here on College 56. Again, yours truly, Mike Moss. We review recent IPFW sports activities, look at game footage when possible, and visit with coaches and student athletes. That's Mastodon Spotlight, now in its 7th year. You can see it Wednesdays at 8:30, Saturdays at noon, right here on College 56 Sports.
Well, Mike, I said near the end of game 2 that I thought that Lindsey Frank was doing a nice job getting to some balls that weren't quite to target, trying to make some sets happen. And during the break, the coaching staff on Wright State disagreed with that assessment and replaced her. So the only change in the lineup that Wright State made was to bring in Skeltema as the setter for Frank.
And there's the graphic about Mastodon Spotlight. They have a whole new crew to work with this year. It's been interesting. Back to the action. Lisa Griffiths a little strong on the serve, commits a service error.
Do you think the studio crew is going to be ready for the Arnie Ball show when we start it?
I hope so, Mark. If not, it'll be extremely interesting. And you and I both know what we're talking about.
That's right.
Ashley Roth, the senior from Leo, the tri-captain serving for the Dons. Kimbrough right at the feet and hands of Roth, and she gets the kill with 7-3 Wright State.
We probably should say that what we were talking about the Arnie Ball show is that is the show on Channel 56 Sports that Sarah Labe calls the most unprofessional show on all of Channel 56.
And IPFW is unable to return that serve, and it's 2 points in a row now for Wright State, and they increase their lead to 5. It's 8-3. Continuing to serve will be Alicia Kimbrough, 5'7" sophomore out of Lisle, Illinois. And caught the jet stream here at the Gates Center. That 2-mile-an-hour wind got at her back and pushed that serve out. Service error.
Well, I've been wrong on nearly every analytical statement I've made so far, Mike, but the one I was right on is that IPFW would come out and have lost its edge. And that's exactly what's happened.
You're dead on right there, Mark. Leitsky setting up Sonara Martins. And Sonara gets her 9th kill of the night. Stops the bleeding, if only for a moment. It's 8-5 now with the freshman Jessica Miller with the serve. Leitsky setting up Martins. Dink shot. Nice dig that time by Schultz. First you don't succeed, try again, and too strong that time was Sonara. Set up by Erica Leitsky. 9-5 our score, Raiders on top. Jenny Schultz to serve. Junior from Minnesota. And is it in? It's long.
IPFW is calling for a touch. They're not going to get the call.
Dave Signs, our up official tonight, ruling that ball was out. Raiders up by 5, 10-5. Souza, oh, nice dig that time by Schultz. Martins again, change of pace. And she found the open spot in the court as Kimbrough unable to get to it. 10-6 our score. Mastodons on top.
One of the things IPFW is going to have to do offensively is get Sonara Martins back into the offense.
Oh, good block between Jackson and Martins at the net there. And hitting it into the net is Jenny Schultz. Looked like Wright State was just out of it most of the way on that point.
The first play was not what they expected. They didn't really think Kimbrough would handle that first ball, and then that disrupted everything else.
Skeltema. Ball dug out by Ashley Roth. Freebie ball coming up for Wright State. Poling.
Got the antenna. That'll be out.
Break for IPFW there. Sarah Poling was set up rather well.
And what does Poling have now? Let's look at her stats. 5 kills, only hitting 17%.
Skeltema setting up Poling and a miss hit into the net. And maybe part of that could be attributed, we were told by head coach Trina Smith that Poling had missed a lot of time due to an injury that she wouldn't specify what type of injury, but she got back into action last night down in Indianapolis against Butler.
And that was an important win for Wright State against Butler, I think.
Erica Leitsky, the senior, transfer from Troy State with the service ace. Skeltema setting up Poling. Good block between Souza and Jackson, and nobody can get to it.
The most effective blocking is what's called team blocking. It's where the middle blocker and the outside blocker on that side team up and present a united front, and they give half a block to each blocker in that case.
Another timeout. Okay, I see what's happening now. We flipped the page, and the score sheet got all out of whack. It is actually Yeah, let's see what it is. 11 to 10. I don't know why I'm thinking 15 to 6. Well, while the coaches are talking with the players at each respective bench, we want to tell you that the latest Mastodon scores and stats are available on the World Wide Web. Just go to www.ipfw.edu/athletics, where you can check up on the teams, the players, and programs anytime you like. Again, it's the official Mastodon website, www.ipfw.edu/athletics. And now, everybody seems to be back and going. Our score is actually 11 to 10. IPFW make it 12 to 10 now. And Lightsky's on a roll, serving for IPFW. Bowling. Oh, nice dig by Lightsky. Martin's touch.
Nice angle shot there. We're still having problems with our camera switching, it looks like, so I don't think people saw that. She came inside the block at a nice angle, yet not so sharply that she was going to miss the whole floor.
Skeltema, and a miss hit there by Kimbrough. And right now everything is going right for IPFW and everything is going wrong for Wright State. It's 14-10 Mastodons.
We were talking earlier about the momentum changing.
Jankowski with a dig. Souza, and it's
off the block. Oh, there has to be a touch. There has to be a touch on that.
Dave Sines saying
Dave,
no.
he says no. It's right in front of him.
But it looked like the ball changed direction.
Oh, yeah. I think there was a touch.
Well, break for Wright State. Let's see what happens. Gunn serving. And there's going to be a point for the Dons. No doubt about that one. So it makes our score 15-11. Amanda Feaster in for Ashley Roth. Sonara Martins to serve.
Get it wet here, Amanda. Give it one way. Give it one way.
Skeltema going to set up polling.
Got IPFW in the net.
Not what Kelly
Sosa.
Hartley-Hutton wants to see.
Sosa was in the net.
Skeltema will serve. Raiders trail by 3, 15-12, and she serves it long. Now, this is the third straight game now that IPFW has led at this junction by a score of 16-12. Dominiak back in to serve for IPFW.
That's why the power went out in game one, isn't it? 16-12.
16-12. Dominiak with the dig. Jessica Miller has it handed right back to her. I believe that was Kimbrough.
Was polling.
Was it polling?
Yeah, polling.
You got better eyes than I do, Mark, that's for sure.
Well, she's the one who should have been out there. That's why I said it was polling.
Feaster, and it's dug out by Gerlach de Libero for Wright State. Amanda tries it again, and again it's dug out. Third time in a row. And the Raiders get it back over. Let's see what happens here. Souza, and it's off Skeltema. And that time the Dons took target practice.
That's right. Every attack was a little harder than the last one.
17-13, Fabiana Souza to serve. Substitution, Joe McMillan, a 6-foot freshman from Daleville, Illinois, down near Muncie. She is now on the floor now. Oh, nice setup. That time, Skeltema setting up Kimbrough. And Alicia puts it away, and I think she now has 11 kills on the night. More importantly, she brings Wright State to within 3 at 17-14. Lightsky going to set up Souza on the right side. Dug out by Skeltema. And that time.
Yeah, Amanda Feaster should have gone up after that. I think she thought it was too high, and so she at the last minute didn't go up. Then it caught Peachy kind of out of position behind her.
Yeah, Raiders now within 2, 17-15. McMillan will continue to serve. Nikolajski going to set up Feaster. Change of pace. Skeltema with a nice dig. Nikolajski came right back with the left hand.
Actually, Eric Nikolajski's our leading hitter in terms of percentages. I'll have to bring that up with Steve Florio when I talk to him after the match.
Ashley Roth in for Amanda Feaster, and Ashley will serve. Ends up by 3. Oh, that time Gunn off the Skeltema setup, I should say. Gets the kill. And again, Wright State draws to within 2. It's 18-16 with Alicia Kimbrough to serve. Arching serve. Martins, and it was blocked nicely by Skeltema. Skeltema gonna set up Schoss.
Oh, nice
Good
save.
dig by Fabi.
Nice effort.
Sonara just mishit it. Boy, great effort by Fabiana Souza, however. Don't look now, Wright State serving for a tie here in game 3. Kimbrough, long serve, however. And let's see if IPFW can take advantage of it. Jackson in for Dominiak, and Jessica Miller, the freshman from Concordia, serving. That time Kimbrough couldn't handle it, Mark. That was right at her. And
I'm not sure what's going on over the air right now.
well, I will tell you this much. That time Jenny Schoss got the kill. Martin's unable to dig it out properly. Our score is IPFW 20, Wright State 18. This is game 3 of our best of 5 match. IPFW won game 1 30-26, game 2 30-20. Trying to take it home here in game 3. Make it a somewhat short night. Not counting that almost 30-minute delay due to a power outage that we had in game 1. Jackson, is it in? Yes, it is, says Dave Sainz, our up official. 21-18, Lightsky to serve. Poling on the left side. Oh, nice kill for Sarah Poling. Trying to keep her team in it. Lizzie Gunn to serve. Nikolajski gonna.
Oh, we got a mishandle call. Ball spun a little too much. What the referees look for is the ball to spin coming out of the setter's hands. If it spins more than just a little bit, they'll usually call a mishandle.
Make it 21-20. Defensive save by Ginn there.
Now, see there,
I should say.
IPFW is asking for that to be called on Skeltema. It came out, it didn't spin coming out, but the way her hand motions were, they're calling for that as double hit.
Consistency there.
You may have heard in the background Steve Florio say, asking for consistency. Souza will get credit for the kill off the hands of Skeltema.
Generally, coaches prefer reasonably tight calls on ball handling, but they absolutely want consistency.
22-21 our score. IPFW on top. Sonara Martins with the serve. Skeltema setting up Poling. Nice dig by Jankowski. Free ball coming up for Wright State. Poling from the left side, and she hammers it right at the feet of Sonara Martins.
I don't know where that came. That must have come totally inside the block, but then Sonara Martin must have been out of position because she should have been positioned to play that. So I didn't see where the ball actually crossed the net at.
Tied at 22. Feaster dug out by Gerlach, the libero for Wright State. Souza playing the role of center for Claire Jackson. And Claire will get credit for the kill as Skeltema unable to dig it out cleanly. So the Dons retake the lead 23-22. Dominiak back in to serve. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mark. It looks like Jessica Dominiak is the designated server, so to speak.
And Ashley Roth. Both have done it tonight.
Lightsky going to set up Souza. And Fabiana does it the way she's done it for 4 years.
IPFW has a 2-point lead. They absolutely have to keep that 2-point lead through the rest of this night because they're 6 points away from winning if they can do that.
Skelton setting up polling. Dug out by the Dons. Oh, nice play at the net by Joe McMillan, denying Souza the kill right at the net. It's 24-23, Raiders to within 1. And Sarah Poling to serve. Feaster dug out. McMillan again with the kill.
That was a nice play by setter Skeltema, Nicole Skeltema. She really got there in a hurry, maintained her body control so she didn't come into the net, set a perfect 1-ball for that middle attack.
Poling serving to break a 24-all tie. Oh, boy, pulling the string was Fabiana Souza. Expecting the power, and you got the touch. And now Fabi would like to run 5 in a row to end this thing. Oh, nice play there. Jenny Schultz with the kill.
IPFW has now given up that advantage I was talking about, where they'd have the 1- and 2-point advantage. Now they have to score what I would call a real point. Back in the days before we had
rally
points as the point scored defensively.
McMillan with the serve. Fabiana Souza. Dug out. Oh, nice dig by Fabi. Lightsky for Feaster. It's long.
No,
it's in. You stand corrected. Amanda Feaster gets the point. Roth in for Amanda Feaster now.
The line judge, who stands right at that corner, knows if the ball lands in front of him, it's in.
Roth serving, 4 points away from victory, and she serves it long.
This is where we needed to score that real point. We have to score it when we're serving, which is when we're defensive.
Becky Lowry, I should say, 5'6" sophomore from Fremont, Ohio, in to serve. We're tied at 26 here in game 3. And the tie is broken. Martins gets credit for the kill. And here is that time, as you said, Mark, time for IPFW to take care of business and put it away. Jessica Miller serving.
Okay, here's our chance right now.
Lightsky for Martins. Oh, off the fingertips. Skeltema and Gunn looking at each other.
It's one of the things that volleyball players seem naturally to do is when the ball goes up, they look around rather than look up. They need to look up.
Second timeout called by Trina Smith for Wright State. Again, we invite you to join Coach Kelly Hartley Hutton on College 56 for Kelly's Corner with highlights and perspective from the coach and her guests. Here's truly Mike Maas, host the show. It's seen on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock, Thursdays at 7:30, and Saturdays at 12:30. Again, that's Kelly's Corner in its second year of existence. Catch it on College Access Cable, Channel 56. And you see the Stomp Band at work.
They worked hard. They had to play that 30-minute break.
They sure did.
Yeah, actually, people seemed to have a good time during it. It was still light outside, so there's light in the gym. The Stomp Band played. I saw Brian Miller out there with some footballs tossing them in the crowd to the little kids. They'd throw them back at them.
And Keith Fisher and his softball team were still able to sell concessions.
Until they ran out of popcorn, because they couldn't pop anymore.
That's right. Well, about ready to resume play. IPFW 2 points away from a match victory. They lead 28-26. Freshman Jessica Miller from Concordia Lutheran High School will continue to serve. And here we go. Skeltema sets up. Oh, there's a good dig that time by Poling. Blocked by Jackson off the touch. Denying Schultz, and we are at match point. In fact, a few match points. Miller serves. Poling. Denied. Martins. Apropos. Sonora Martins with the kill. The point. The game and the match are over. IPFW winning game 3, 30-26, after winning game 1 by the identical score, and game 2, 30-20. So they win the match 3-0. They improved to 15-3 overall. Wright State drops to 6-12. Players shaking hands at midcourt. And in this case, Mark, IPFW took care of business in game 3 like they're supposed to when you're up 2-0.
Right, we talked about how the momentum would probably be broken. They'd come out a little flat, and they did that certainly. The setter change seemed to have an impact, at least temporarily, for Wright State because they jumped out to that lead. But the key is to stop the bleeding, start siding out. When you're served, side out. Then you're only giving up 1 point at a time. And they did that, and then they were able to score some points defensively on our serve, and were able to, I think it went ahead 11-10 if I remember correctly. So even when that happens, you have to stop that momentum change and make it neutral. And once you've made it neutral, then you can bring it into your favor. The only problem is with rally scoring, you don't have as much time as you used to, but it's still something you need to do. Something
I've always wondered, Mark, whether it's the men's team or the women's team, right after completion of the match, you see the players on the floor stretching. Is that something that the training staff wants to do to make sure that there's no tightening of muscles?
Absolutely. We have a nice training staff here. The trainer for the women's and men's volleyball team both is Scotty Knurr, and he's big on stretching. They have stretches they do before, they have stretches they do afterwards. He tries to make sure that they don't get into muscle cramps, muscle strains, and that prevents or reduces the likelihood of injury during the match.
Well, we're going to try to take a quick look at some of the final numbers team-wise. IPFW 48 kills to 33 for Wright State. Assist 47-32 in favor of the Volleyball. Diggs 66-65 in favor of IPFW. Fabiana Souza 18 kills. Sonora Martins 14 to lead IPFW. Alicia Kimbrough with 11. And looks like Sarah Poling with 8 to lead the way for Wright State. And just a good win to offset the loss on Wednesday night to Bowling Green. The Dons are now 15-3.
Absolutely, and then that helps with the mental frame of mind for tomorrow with Indiana State, which is an important match because it's intrastate.
It sure is. Sycamore's come to town looking to knock off the IPFW Mastodons. A couple of quick final notes before we say goodbye. If everything works out, we're going to show you again. Here's the upcoming schedule for IPFW women. Tomorrow night against Indiana State, 5 o'clock. Tuesday night here at 7 o'clock against Eastern Michigan. Then next Friday on the road at IUPUI. And next Sunday, the 23rd of October at Chicago State as the Dons keep rolling on. Our next live telecast of IPFW women's volleyball will be on November 5th when the Oakland Grizzlies from the Mid-Con come to town. First serve coming up, I think that's scheduled for 5 o'clock. Dave Schmidlin comes back to Fort Wayne, former assistant men's volleyball coach. And that's the next time we will bring you IPFW women's volleyball here on College 56 Sports.
And the last time for this.
Yeah, Mark, we finally got on the air. Now we're going off, so thank you for your help as always. At this time, we would like to thank a number of people. We want to thank the College 56 production crew, the IPFW athletic staff, the city of Fort Wayne, Comcast Cablevision, the IPFW Learning Resource Center, and especially the IPFW Office of University Relations and Communications for their contributions to this College 56 Sports telecast. This telecast of IPFW Sports is copyrighted and the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, exhibition, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this event without express written consent is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed our telecast of IPFW Sports. If not the outcome, we thank you for joining us tonight. For Mark Franke, this is Mike Ma saying so long for now. Once again, IPFW victorious tonight, defeating Wright State by scores of 30-26, 30-20, and 30-26, improving to 15-3 overall on the year. Till November 5th, we wish you a very good night. Stay with it. Go Dons, and we'll see you later.